Then we remember to share the chat this time. I'm always like 5 minutes late to start the chat.
It's okay.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, boom, we're good. Game is good. Sharing my screen on Discord. Okay. We are good. First place to start is always the recap, but I did just want to give a little bit of direction on what today is ideally supposed to look like. So last week we left off on 3 actionables, starting from the top, trying to figure out very basic setups to fight off of, being site anchor, mainly prioritizing using our util as triggers so we know when to peek. Second was using the first 3 to 5 rounds to gather info, whether or not that makes you want to play site anchor or use your fast rotate setup. And then last but not least, prioritizing minimap awareness, looking at minimap after every kill, ideally. When you're rotating, look at the minimap or flanking, and then when the bomb is planted. So those are the main 3 things I would be looking for in today's VOD. But maybe you can give me a little bit of a recap on how things went from your end. It could include things outside of that scope as well.
Well, I think even just having that framework to reference has been so helpful this week. So that's nice. Maybe sometimes in games, I didn't prioritize it as much because it was going a little more fast paced, and then it was harder for me to kind of keep tabs on what's going on. But outside of that, and then also getting some customs practice as well, trying to figure out these setups um has been good to just chill out, I think. I think I was just queuing a lot the other week, which is why I was getting a little tilted, and
Mm-hmm.
um so it was nice to take a little step back. But I think I played the same amount of games, so I don't even know.
Good to divvy up the time. Like maybe it's just
Yeah.
fresher minds. Okay, okay, that's good. Anything else that you'd want to add to this?
I don't think so. I think that's the main bit of it.
Sounds good. Well, taking a look at the tracker, I mean, it looks pretty much positive. We have a 60% win rate this act, or sorry, past 20 games with a 1.12 KD, 1.15 on the Killjoy. So things are looking, good. And we were able to get Silver 2 back, which is obviously very positive.
Yeah.
So I think
I did
we're,
dip back to silver 1 this week, but then came back
yeah, I see.
again.
It was a little rubber bandy, but you got it, you got it. Um, what I was going to say was I did want to take a look at bind specifically to see implementation. So I pulled up this bind game from a few days ago. Unfortunately, quality of the game looked pretty poor because this Reyna was obviously boosting the
Oh,
uh, trio queue he was in. So that was the thing. I pulled up the tracker. It was very clearly a Smurf account with very little games played and kind of insane uh, stuff. So very clearly someone's playing on like a friend's account or something like that. So
gotcha.
regardless, though, I did want to take a look specifically at defense, which we start on defense. So we'll have 12 rounds to look at here. And already we can kind of see us in hookah, which is positive. But we don't have to look at the entire VOD. I just wanted to take a look at a couple rounds, looking to see how our implementation of those 3 actionables were. Basically, how's our setups? Are we playing off the util well? Did we adapt after 3 to 5 rounds if necessary? And then, of course, minimap awareness. We'll be using the cam to check your eyeballs. And then after that, we might just bounce around and look at some other maps based on how you felt about other maps. But that's kind of where I'm
Okay.
thinking about starting point. What do you think?
That sounds good to me.
Good. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's go ahead and take a look. Looks like our setup is. Let me back out and see the turret. Okay. So boom, got the young turret, alarm bot. Okay. We're playing a bit forward here.
Just kidding. I don't know.
This alarm bot is quite good. I'll go ahead and load into the game. Just kidding, I don't have it open. I'll go ahead and load into the game while I yap a little bit. The big thing I want to point out here is that we are kind of in front of the alarm bot. So we're kind of playing like a different type of setup rather than having a trigger. This would be a take early fight, then fall back, and then use the alarm bot for a second fight. It's actually very good to do against certain comps, namely Skydog or Fade Prowler or Silver Drone, basically any drone util. Because they don't have that, because they don't have that on this comp, you might just be better off just like AFKing behind the alarm bot.
Okay.
So something to consider. That's not a detail I provided to you, so yeah, just figured I'd mention it really quickly. But let's see how this round goes. Yeah, so that's exactly what's going to happen. Now we play off the alarm bot for the second. This alarm bot won't trigger on this angle, which is why you want to be a little bit careful with this one. Alarm bot only has LOS, line of sight, so it won't activate until they turn the corner here. Which it activates now. It activates a little bit early in this case because he's on the left wall. So it technically had line of sight of the granite here. Sorry, I'm opening up. Why is it not opening? Oh, here we go. It saw like here a little bit. So yeah, let me boot up into the game real quick. Could have booted up earlier, but I'm a noob.
No worries.
Does that make sense so far though? The alarm bot thing?
Yeah. So where would be a better place?
You might literally just put it directly in the middle. If your goal was to peek into this angle here.
Gotcha.
I'll try and show that really quickly. That Saturday Val stream was a lot. Yeah, I saw. We played a good amount of games there. Someone's addicted.
Yeah, even after we ended stream and then we queued up again after.
Nice. Very nice. Ended stream because tilting on stream, or?
No, just because I was like, oh, that seems like a good amount of games, and then we played Swift play for a couple, another couple hours.
I gotcha. Okay, really quickly, just want to showcase this. So we had alarm bot here. This guy here will see the alarm bot here, which means that if you wanted to play off of this alarm bot as the trigger, you would have to do it either by playing on this close wall here, and then pre-aiming this, and then when the alarm bot triggers, you would pre-aim this and try and like get an insta kill. Probably best done with the shotgun. You play here, it triggers, and you go fucking boom. That's one way to play this. Otherwise, you would play here, and then the alarm bot triggers, and then you'd be able to quickly peek out like this. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah.
What we're trying to do on this angle here would probably be best done with an alarm bot, kind of like around here, and then you saw the range a little bit. Maybe you can see on Minimap a little bit closer. It like ends here-ish. So this is the angle you would peek for. So what you might do while you have the alarm bot here is kind of wait a little bit and then peek when the alarm bot triggers, or you might actually just straight up hold the angle. Then when they peek into you, they might like accidentally trigger the alarm bot and then get scared and then run back, and then you might like catch them trying to shoot the alarm bot or something. But that's the kind of idea here if you wanted to use that. I think it's definitely way more straightforward if you have a turret, because you kind of just know, okay, my turret's gonna like know, and like for example, you have this turret here, you could just play next to it, it shoots, you could peek off of it, or you could just sit on top of it. A lot of Killjoys players will try and I guess up down with the turret. One I've seen here is you have the turret here, and I've just seen Killjoys sit behind like this. So you could try something like this as well, but it's a little bit of a different concept. Anyways, I'll put this back here and we'll see the round. Alright. Wow, we do get to dodge the flash though. So this was fine. Obviously we didn't get the insta kill, but crosshair placement wise, it's not the worst. What we're aiming for here is the back wall swing. So if they're on this wall and not this wall, that's why it's like your crosshair placement is good for that. Because he swung wide from close wall, it makes it a little bit of a nastier fight, which is why he gets so far out. Which causes us to obviously have this ongoing gun duel. There's a lot of gun hygiene stuff we could point out here, but the big thing I want to highlight is we're playing off a util, and that's what I was looking for here. So let's keep going. Not too obsessed with the mechanics this week.
Listen to Alfredo 1.
See the same setup looks like. Ooh, we have Viper on this team, and his thing is terrible. Early molly to delay, it's not too bad. Looks like we're gonna go for the flank here. Okay. Would want to see Minimap here. So this kill feed happens. You're obviously in a dangerous position here. So at some point I would want you to look at Minimap. Looks like you looked up for a second. I don't know if that was at the Minimap, but the trigger here would be the kill feed. So it could have potentially happened earlier, but obviously we're in a dangerous spot right now. Let's keep going. Yep, so we check minimap again, it looks like, off of the noise, which is good. You're flanking here, which is one of the conditions we had when you're rotating or flanking. So you're definitely checking it here, and you're actually speeding up off the info you get, which is good. Looks like there's 2 here, so we want to check minimap again just because of kill feed. I know there's a lot of minimap checking. But we would check minimap here, see 2 short, 1 showers, and trying to get that info. And then that would let you know you can continue pushing up here and you wouldn't have to clear close right. It's very difficult to do this in the game, but I just want you to kind of see. We have some of the pieces here. Like you're looking at your minimap, which is good, but we can probably do it slightly more and using the kill feed as an option. If you ever look at like any of, like, let's see if Second has a webcam. He's one of the best pros that does this from what I've seen. You'll see him check minimap like a lot. Let's see if I can just find a random stream. Yep, webcam. Does he have any VODs? He does. Okay, boom. Just play this random one here. We'll just look at his webcam for a second. Speed this up. Kill feed, minimap. I mean, he's obviously in a safer spot here, but I'm gonna see if he actually. Just a random round here. He's checking minimap as he's walking around here. Minimap, minimap. Obviously, he's rotating. Minimap, minimap again. Minimap again. Gets a kill. Minimap again. Minimap again because he's safe. Minimap again. Minimap again. Minimap again. Kill feed. Minimap again. Kill feed. So this one's a bit more obvious because he's lurking. Maybe if I skip over to defense, you can see a little bit more. This game's a 111.5. Wow. So minimap. Holding. Minimap. Kill feed. Looked again. Boom. Again. Boom. Again. Boom. Gets a kill. Again. Boom.
96 Phoenix, bro.
And then he dies here because his teammate's trash. But you can kind of see, like Zekin, like I said, is one of the. When I looked at one of his VODs, I was like, okay, like this guy's checking minimap. I need to look at my minimap more. So.
All right, I'll try.
But you're doing more than what I was expecting, to be honest. Like you checked it like 3 or 4 times on that flank. It's just you can see Zekin's checking it probably like every couple of seconds.
Yeah, I think it also depends on the map. For maps that I feel more comfortable with, like for Haven, I find myself checking the minimap a lot more. But for Corrode, like I'm never checking the minimap because I have no idea where I'm going. Like,
Right.
I want to make sure that I'm in the right spot, and I don't even know what I'm looking for on the map. So I think it will just take time.
I hear you. I hear you. 100%. Is this another flank round? No. Okay. You be breaking the mollies. So. We're kind of just fighting the guy here, which is fine. You kind of already have info that he's here, so you technically don't have to use the trigger. But kind of like we just explained with the alarm bot, if you were to use this one, you might tuck fully into the corner and play off of it. Just because the sight line's a little bit wider, you can kind of play off of that here. Because what you'll notice is you actually get the kill before the alarm bot triggers, which is okay because he gave you the info. But if you did want to play off the alarm bot, ooh, this is kind of nice. Ready? I'm happy to see more sprays. Spray control's gotten so much better. Yeah, that was a good round. The other thing to mention is the mollies. You're obviously going for aggro mollies here. I believe in the Valo plant, the setup is a bit more something like this. So what could happen here is, let's say like you took the first fight with the alarm bot, boom, fell back, and then you can pop the molly so that it keeps you safe. Or you could kind of pair both. You could have like the molly on top of it, and then you can just sit here, alarm bot activates, pop it, and then you can take the fight in it. So what you're doing here is good for early delay potentially, but it's not very common at all to use util at the start, at least with the molly or killjoy. It's just not very common.
I was thinking of that Nats game that we looked at where he did that early molly and
B main, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good point. The difference with that molly versus this one is that molly lets him get the line and get him, like, lets him cross. So the closest version of that on this map would probably be if you were a short and you wanted to molly right side, that would let you cross into this corner. It's definitely not the exact 1-to-1, but that's kind of the idea.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's good that you're thinking about bringing over some patterns from other maps.
No.
Let's keep going though. Bum. Okay. We do check minimap there. We check minimap there.
Because it seems like they're always just together.
Check minimap there. We want to check minimap here. We are kind of a little bit tunnel vision because obviously you're in danger mode here. But as soon as this guy gets a kill, you would want to try and find some time for this minimap. You don't have to do it right away, but it's ideally you grab it as quick as possible. And it doesn't look like we actually check it until this fight here. You might check minimap at this point.
It really is always me that.
So we have the let's check minimap while we're flanking or rotating part, but the kill feed isn't habitual yet, which makes sense. I don't think that's a habit that would ingrain itself in a week.
Oh,
And also in dangerous spots like that.
With celebrities. What?
They'd be breaking your male. This angle here is so strong, by the way. This one not as much. This angle here you might get destroyed on. But I do like to see us taking fights. It's a lot nicer than sitting on B site compared to before. Oh, there's a good flank here. Another flank, W flank. Let's see. Do we check minimap? We do. We do check minimap here. Nice to see. Wow, our sight hold is amazing.
What the hell was that?
And he's gone. Okay. So far it looks good.
So much.
So far looks good. Obviously minor details with the actual setup itself, but the main things was good. This is after this round I'd be curious on the implementation in terms of adapting the first 3 to 5 rounds. Okay, so we aren't checking minimap on this flank too often here. We checked it once here, it looks like.
Yeah, I think I mentioned in the last one, it seemed like they were just always together, so.
You kind of just, I see. It's good to check minimap to check agents sometimes. Like if you know the Reyna is U-Haul, for example, or maybe more popularly, like you check minimap if you're flanking to see if like the other enemy lurker is spotted. So like, let's say the Cypher has always been away from the team, but then you check minimap and you see the Cypher with the team. Obviously you're saying that you see them with the team, like they're all grouped all the time. But it's good to find positions. It's good to see like where the Reyna was, you know, that type of stuff. If you check it here, it looks like the Reyna's backside. I can't really see. Okay, our timing.
Shit.
Yeah, we made noise. But if we checked minimap, you might know that this Yoru couldn't be here. If, for example, we saw him earlier, which I think we might have seen right here. Might be him. That might be a clone as well. But it's possible we saw him on minimap. It's just kind of hard to tell here. Yeah, it looks like that was actually the real Yoru. So, oh yeah, and there he is right there. Barely. So if we did get the minimap info, we would know that left corner is not possible. And you probably would have kept shift walking up and gotten this kill. So it's definitely an improvement. You know, we're checking minimap more often, but it definitely could be a little bit more. Let's see. Going for a second. Is there anything crazy here? If there's a minimap. Obviously, I'm an ult here. We try to check. There's nothing. We check again. He's fighting. Yeah, this is fine. We were kind of aware of this guy.
I cannot believe I got that, actually.
The minimap info would be good here, so we know Sage just showers. We just hold for this way. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. We're definitely making progress. This is a different setup here. So this is the adaptation implementation I was looking for. Playing for a different setup. I guess there's technically not really a fast rotate setup on this map, so this might be a bit more applicable on Haven, maybe? I guess my question for you is, do you have a map where you kind of actively switch between like a sight hold setup versus a fast rotate setup?
I don't know if I'm like if I'm making the right decision to do that. Like I feel like the games go a little too fast where like everyone ends up dying and then I have to like run over.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to be or like how to make that decision.
Yeah, let's kind of go back to square one. So I probably should have added more details on this, but if we go on this adapting framework here, first 3 to 5 rounds, we play fast rotate setup. after the first 3 to 5 rounds, if they've shown that they basically are just rushing, then you would continue playing fast rotate setup. On bind, you don't really have a fast rotate setup. So let's kind of go to a bit more actionables here. Let's take Haven, for example. If our fast rotate setup was something like this, we have the turret here, we're here, we have a line bind here, we have the molly here. This is our fast rotate setup. Let's say they have just rushed A, rushed B, C, rush B. We would keep doing this setup. But let's say theoretically they stopped rushing. We might then adjust. Let's say that they kept defaulting or whatever and lurking. Then you might adjust your setup to play a bit more like C side. This. And you play more plat, just hypothetically. This could be an option because they aren't rushing anymore. And you can afford to play slower on one side of the map. That could be an adaptation. Actually, if we go in our notes, the icebox example could be a good one. Like so. So I brought this one up in DMs. This is a potential icebox setup for us. So the standard setup for icebox on defense would be something like this. Boiler turret, no bot here, loosely put, and then you would kind of play here. And then if they go A, you would kind of rotate over. And if they go B, you would kind of rotate over. I guess you would have your molly here. That's like the fast rotate default setup. You would start with this setup. After 3 to 5 rounds, let's say they stopped rushing. They're just playing really, really slow. But you think that they're playing, you know, maybe more on B side. Then you would adjust to play this setup where you're basically playing or B and you're hoping they end B. Now, there's definitely a real world they don't end B and they just end A and you have to play full retake, but that's kind of that process here. That kind of makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'm just not good at identifying the pattern.
That's okay. It's to me, it's not really the biggest thing to focus on for this week. I know it was one of them, one of the actionables, just because I believe we had a conversation last week where it was like, we don't really know when to do what, but yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at maybe Haven to see potentially a better implementation of that or an attempt on the implementation. Or do you think maybe Ascent would be better? What do you think?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
That's okay. Let's try and take a look at this Haven one here.
Oh, it's isn't it upside or like?
What's that? Did I
I don't
click?
know if this is the right.
Oh, did I click the wrong Haven here?
I'm not sure. What's the date on the other one? On the one you're looking for?
27. How do
Yeah, so it would be at the bottom of the.
Oh, this one here. Let's see, defense. Is this the right game? It's a strange comp, holy shit. Yeah, it is this one. Okay. Defense. We started defense, oops. Okay, so starting fast rotate here. This one's going to be a little bit tougher because we have triple senti. Maybe we do the Haven game right before this one here. Who's Dopai? I am nobody.
My Valorant coach.
Attempted Valorant coach. Okay, let's see. So this is our fast rotate setup. Okay, so we fast rotate, boom, easy. Here. Okay. Got the standard rotate. Let's see, do we have another? Oh, nice, we did switch it. Yeah, this was our site setup. Pod froze a little bit. Yeah, I used to play in tier 3 for like a year. Teammates are kind of playing pretty aggro. But this is, I'm kind of happy with this already. The fact that we kind of transitioned from the standard fast rotate setup to like one of the site setups here, regardless of the context. Obviously, it would be useful to know if we actually looked completely through it. If they were playing slower, we can kind of check here. Yep, they're rushing on pistol. Next round, default round 2, so you kind of already know they're playing a bit more spread out. And then kind of more C split spread out on first gun round. And then this was the round you adapted to play slower A. So, I mean, it seems like an active decision, which kind of checks the box for me. Wow. I'll take a free kill. Okay, I'm down. I'm down for that. I mean, I think that passes the box on here. I think the minimap awareness piece, we kind of passed the box on this when you're rotating / flanking piece. We probably would look at the rest of the bind game to see a little bit of a attack potentially on bomb plants. But yeah, so far it's a pass. Go back here really quick. Did we start defense? Yeah, we did, right? Yeah, let's skip a bit more. See a little bit of attack. How's our minimap awareness on attack? So maybe it's better to look at around when we're with the team, but let's check out this one. Okay, so we're rotating here. We checked minimap. Good. What a weird Viper wall. Third flank. This is fine. Hopefully someone goes out. So we're going back to A.
Okay, well.
Okay. Oh, it's an empty site. Oh, there's one here. Okay, so at some point we would want to look at minimap here. Right after this kill at some point. It doesn't have to happen immediately. At some point. Right here. Like this would be a good time because we're transitioning from being open and there's danger to kind of going into cover to trouble. We'd want to see minimap to see where exactly that KO killed our Teo. NT. But yeah, that would be that's what you would want to strive for. Is okay, kill feed happened there. Let me try and get to a safe spot, check minimap really quickly, and go from there.
Actually, I'm wondering if in my head I was thinking like, oh, I heard that in my left ear, and since I'm going right, like I'll just focus on this on this area.
Which is valid to some extent. The proximity definitely plays a part. But what's important to know is that like sometimes even if you are on right side here, like, let's just say theoretically you were here. If you had that U-Haul info, pre-aiming this versus pre-aiming this could be the difference between a kill. So let's say like you knew it was left side, but you didn't know if he was here or here, and you decided to aim here, just theoretically, that might cause you to die. So that's something to think about. Or like let's say like you decided to continue pushing back side here, and you don't know if he was here or here, that could also cause you to get killed.
Yeah.
But there's merit to kind of like vaguely being like, okay, there's a guy on the left, let me focus right. But at some point you do want to try and check that info. So I think the kill happened here. What I would probably do if I was in your shoes here is probably tuck here, check minimap, and like, okay, U-Haul, and then I'll come back out. But like if you're already committed to the play, let's say like you're swinging here, you know the kill just happened, you would keep going here, then clear this, and then you would check minimap when you're here, and like, okay, there's a guy U-Haul, and you kind of come back out. And it happens really quickly, like it's just a quick glance.
Gotcha.
But it does make a big difference.
That was actually dangerous because that KO has peeked me from there before.
So yeah, here you would check minimap. I think you saw the info regardless.
Dangerous because that KO has
Yeah, you checked here. So boom, we see the omen. That's good.
Oh no, our neon.
This guy dies. You would also check minimap here. Not even just because there was this fight on B, but also because this guy just died again, and you would want to know what to pre-aim. So I imagine you try to go for the trade here. Your pre-aim might not actually be on the omen perfectly. Yeah, so it's a little bit off here, you see? And that's just because if we did see the question, this is a skill in itself. So let me try and quickly explain. Some people use it in the context of like minimap refragging, but I like to use it for trades, specifically without smokes. So I'll explain this first thing in a second. But let's say I'm here and I'm looking at minimap and there's a player spotted here, right? Then that means if I'm swinging, I don't have to actually aim and peek this and this and this. I don't have to do that. Instead, I see the guy here off of minimap. I can then transition and then immediately pre-aim this.
So you're using the map to pre-aim.
Exactly. But if I'm like here and like this guy gets spotted here, then I'm like, okay, let me pre-aim off that and then get the kill. Now this concept is a bit more applicable for smokes. So what I mean by that is getting trades through smokes. This is a common scenario. So like you're on A site and you're like looking at minimap and your U-Haul player here sees them coming out like this. They're coming out, you're in the smoke. What you would do is you would just stare at the minimap and then you see, let's say you see a guy here. You would then flick and try and spray this guy, theoretically, if you're trying to minimap refrag. To just spam through a smoke. The other important thing to know is if you're in a smoke and let's say like this guy sees this guy, instead of pre-aiming here when you swing out, you could technically pre-aim this when you swing out, like if it's a 2v1 or something like that. So
I see.
that as a concept is very important if you can get it down. The problem is it's not very intuitive. Like I kind of learned this skill from just playing like a lot, where like pretty much if I just look at my minimap, let's say like there's a guy here, I can automatically just pre-aim that and then just like go there. Even if my ping isn't there, I just know. Like I could probably be in the middle of a smoke and just do it off of my character. Like my little, you see that little thing there? I don't know, the little arrow? I can kind of do it off of that. It's very intuitive to me, but also, how do I explain this? You see how my minimap rotates when I rotate? That helps me. Other people find it very difficult to minimap refrag when the map rotates, so they have it fixed. And they find it easier to minimap refrag when it's like this because it's less, it doesn't move as much. I think Wahujin recommends keeping it fixed because he finds it easier to minimap refrag or pre-aim or whatever with the map fixed. I've always played it rotated and I found it easier for me like this. So yeah. I guess one of the reasons why I like it like this, like let's say like I am in a smoke and if my map is facing left side, I know I'm facing left side. If my map is facing right side, I know I'm facing right side. Like that's probably why I like this more. But anyways, that's the concept. When you're here, you would try and read the minimap. Boom, currently this omen is kind of in that corner. If you swing quick enough, you would catch him. But we wouldn't actually pre-aim in the corner, it'd be slightly to the left because he's there. And then as he was taking that fight, he actually took steps closer to the left here. And you can see we're pre-aiming for the corner here. So if we got the minimap info, you might be closer to the left or this or this or this. So that's kind of like level 2 of the minimap awareness. Like level 1 is actually just being aware that there's a player there, which if we're thinking about it, I think we checked minimap at the start, but we didn't see it. We didn't continuously checking up on it because you're probably thinking, oh, there's a guy showers. I don't need more info. There's a guy that showers. Kind of like how you were saying when you're going up A side, there's a guy on the left side, like I'll focus on right side because just knowing that he's there is probably the more important piece for you. Like I said, that's level 1.
Yeah.
Level 2, you know exactly where he is, or at least very vaguely, so that you can pre-aim in the general direction. And then level 3 would probably be something like shooting them through smokes or something. But
the visual for level 2 helps a lot though, even just to keep in mind for level 1.
That's good. So here it looks like we're on minimap, which is good.
Sage is
just goated.
just a monster.
That was a bit hard. Your Sage might kill this guy. Aren't her frames taking bad? I don't see the frame showing on the thing. But we just destroyed this guy. I was looking the other way. Okay. Yeah, nice adjustment though. The one flank, so we get this kill. You might check minimap just because this one's technically the prompt for you checking your minimap is looking at a minimap after each kill. Like if we're being a bit more specific, I personally check minimap anytime I hear like gunshots. Because like I really want to see the question mark sometimes. So like this might be a scenario where we check minimap. We also heard the Yoru throw a TP through this thing, so he potentially could be showers right now. So theoretically, there could be a player here and here right now. Obviously, Yoru is a bit of a unique agent here, but see what happens. If you're planning, you check minimap, which is good. So now you know Reyna's flank. Yeah, there's the Yoru showers. I don't expect you to recognize that, but small detail I'll quickly explain. You might already know, but if you take the shower TP or a TP, that's the noise if a player goes through. If you throw util,
One of these.
that's the noise it makes.
Oh, I was wondering what that second noise was.
Yeah, so what happened was Yoru took the shower
30
TP
seconds left.
with his util instead of the body, but then he took the TP. So it made the util sound, but he was actually there because obviously he can teleport.
Jump them.
So yeah, really quickly, he did this noise. That's util, but then he took it. So if you were just using the sound cues, you would be like, oh, that was util thrown to the TP. But obviously, since he can take the TP, or you take the util, he actually was there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I definitely don't expect you to recognize that because that's also just a possibility. He could have just thrown util through here like a whatever, like his flash, and then he could have been spawned. Another interaction to be aware of is that the Yoru clone actually acts as a human by the sound cue, so it's going to make the sound cue as if a player ran through. That's the same noise as a player, same thing. So it gets a little bit tricky if you play against a Yoru on this map. He could have technically thrown a clone through here, and then it would have sounded like a player took it, but then he's actually over here. You know, it gets kind of confusing when you play against Yoru on bind. But the important thing here is to just recognize that he actually did take the TP upon just watching the VOD back. So we actually did hear that. It could have been fake, whatever. But the thing to note here is that the Reyna is the one flanking and not the Yoru. Because if we did know that the Yoru was flanking, then the guy that made TP noises, it's fake. It's non-existent. Which Reyna can't use. The Reyna can't open the door anyways with the TP, but that's kind of what you just want here. We would still die regardless, but that's just a little bit of Yoru bind info for you. Completely not relevant for many games. Oh, that's good flash. Oh, he didn't peek with it. He could have killed one. He is still there. Wow. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so you don't check minimap here. I'm gonna be honest, you don't have to. I will say I would here because that's typically my instinct. I see my neon facing, like he's fighting. Technically, I would probably be preaimed for a sight angle. And then when this guy shoots, I would check minimap really quickly to see exactly where he is, whether or not that means he's slightly off-angled. I'll show you what I mean. Or directly in the corner. Sometimes like he could take the fight from here, or he could be up here, or he could be back here. And if you check a look at the minimap as I'm moving, these details matter. It's like he could be here, here, here. He could even be deep here. And if you can see that in that split second, like I'm holding here and then I look at minimap and then he's here, all I have to do on this fight now is just immediately preaim and take this fight. But if I'm holding this and then the Yoru is spotted, say, slightly back here, then when I preaim, I go for that. Like that really makes a difference. Obviously difficult to see that, but you'll get better and better at it. What I'm asking you to learn, by the way, is like not a beginner skill. This whole level 2 pre-aiming thing. You'll see this more and more, like probably in like maybe even Ascendant games. Like you probably see people loosely do it in like maybe Plat, Diamond. But like the people that are like perfect at it, probably closer to Ascendant or even Immortal. So just keep that in mind. I'm just introducing you to the concept here.
Yeah, it's helpful though. It gives me more reason to even look at the minimap, so.
You can play a decent game of Valorant with 0 comms from your teammates and just look at the minimap. Because like, if we were thinking in a coordinated setting, your neon would say close right. And then you wouldn't even have to look at minimap, and then you would just know he's close right and like get the kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of difficult, so.
Oh my.
And if we're going for the swing here, you would actually, your preaim wouldn't be tracing. You see how you're tracing here? Tracing is good if he's on the off angle, but since he's deep, you would actually just preaim and swing him. So yeah, tracing, like I said, good. Just not if you already know that he's there.
Oh my.
And then boom, we just get info on the Reyna here. He's in cubby or whatever you call that. You would preaim that and fight it. But you can see we actually don't get to preaim that because we didn't get the info. And to be fair, there's no kill feed here. The only kill feed is the Yoru against the Neon. So based on what I told you last week, this doesn't fall into the category of me expecting you to look at your minimap. But if we did get the minimap there because your Sage is fighting and he shoots, instead of kind of going like this, you'd be able to be like, oh, there's a question mark here. Let me preem this and swing it. It'd just be like a wide swing. When you're slicing here, it's kind of the reason why you slice is to isolate angles one by one because you don't know where they are. But because we know where they are, you would just go like this. No reason to slice like this if you already know there's a question mark here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, can get pretty complex here, but the concept is pretty simple. If you have info on where the player is, you just try and preem and swing that guy. So just try and look it through that filter. I know it can get pretty complicated pretty quickly, but especially when I'm trying to explain it. But it is as simple as, oh, like I know where he is, let me preem and swing him.
Placing sentry.
Oh, did you upgrade your CPU at some point yet? I forget if we had.
I'm
No.
thinking, yeah, latter half of this year, so probably soon.
No.
Turret down.
Wait, sorry, that was a kill feed I just missed. Okay, you do check. Nice.
Placing
We don't check on the Yoru here because it's not a kill. So
grenade.
that's probably like step level 1.5 maybe.
1.1.
Yeah, 1.1, 1.5. Yeah,
Bomb grenade.
it's not straight up level 2. I guess maybe we could do the levels better, but as a turret gets shot there, it's good to check minimap too on your Senti util and drone. Anytime your teammate's drone or your jet dashes, any info like sorry, I'm going on a tangent
Yeah,
really
like
quickly.
Yoru ult.
Yoru,
I do
yeah.
remember you talking about the Yoru ult, and I was like, wait, that's so helpful.
Yeah, Yoru. If you're executing a bomb site, typically the first player that goes through will get the info for your team. So this is gonna sound obvious, but
30 seconds left.
for the sake
I
of
feel bad for them.
at the
I
risk of
really
sounding a bit
do.
redundant, I just want to
Just
quickly
not
explain
enough
this.
to stop winning.
Your Anarchy, thanks for the raid. Got a good stream.
Look
Okay,
at
so typically when you hit a bomb site, you're gonna be smoked off. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. If we look at minimap, we're not gonna get any info because we're blocked off. But if, let's just say in theory, pretend like I'm Jet,
no
and I smoke dashed out here and I look to the left, then my dash would get info on this guy. So if you're in long here and your Jet just dashed out and he cleared to his left, then you know there's a guy there, you can immediately preem and kill this guy. Same if you had a drone go through, etc., etc. But that is useful even in the context of if there isn't a guy there. So what I mean by that is, let's say that Jet does the exact same dash and he clears close left and he sees nothing. You being second, third, fourth, whatever, following your team, you don't have to preem this anymore. You know it's clear. So instead you would come through the smoke looking at something that's not clear, maybe back sight, or maybe other side of sight, or maybe even elbow smoke, you know? Those small details of like, oh, like I know there's a guy there, lets you preem it, but also knowing that no one is there lets you completely ignore it. And again, it sounds obvious, but like actually implementing it and seeing it in your gameplay is a lot harder. I still see people like even in high immortal sometimes lose out on info because they didn't look at the minimap quickly enough or make the correct assumption based on the minimap info they got, so they could preem and prioritize where the enemies are more likely to be at. But that's typically the best use case here is drones coming out, you can kind of just know what to preem. Yeah, that was the tangent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Placing alarm bot.
So here, for example, your teammates are coming out, you're looking at minimap, this is perfect. You would know what he's looking at. So, I mean, your Viper's sightline's actually messed up a little bit. But like as he clears here, you know close left is clear because he cleared it. He's peeking in the sight. It should be showing his sightline right now, but it's not. But theoretically, it should be showing here. Then you would know that he has spawn angle, like they can't be spawned, and you would come out and you'd look cubby. But again, I don't expect you to know that because it's bugged as well.
Grenade out.
Shit. Wow, this guy's actually fighting that.
Okay, maybe not there.
Probably had sight right there, but I don't blame you for not going out there. Okay, just kidding, this arena.
Oh my god, where are we going?
It's the hard part with this rank. Your kills your ult long here is good though.
Oh
He pushed up. That's good play by him actually. I wasn't expecting that in this rank. gets the kill from long and actually repositions, or from sight goes long. That's really good by him.
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't expect us to be aware of that, to be honest. Gotta go. We haven't got a bomb plant yet. Or like we died as soon as the bomb plant happened.
Oh my god.
All good. Same thing though, if we were looking at kill feed here, boom, this guy dies, you know exactly where he is. He's under hookah-ish, but he's not in octagon. You'd be able to premium and swing that. Obviously here you don't have to look at minimap, he's on your screen. But that's just the idea. Here you look at minimap, you would see 2 coming out spawn. So theoretically this Yoru is going to keep coming out and go into cubby here. And then when you swing out long here, you'd premium cubby. He's not there for some reason. That's what you would do.
No.
Nice kill. And then yeah, we did know this guy was here just because of the kill on this guy. So,
No.
like I said, I don't expect you to see all of this, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you could see.
Yeah, no, it's super helpful.
We haven't got a single post plant though. So I wanted to see if we look at minimap when we look at when we get the bomb planted, but I think we'll be able to. Male. Oh wow, insta walk down hookah. Yeah, this guy's definitely smurfing. Was repositioning from sight into long the previous round was a high level play, but insta walking down hookah is kind of scary like that. Yeah, it is what it is. We're getting smurfed on a little bit, or he's playing a really good game. Either way, you're making progress on these 3 things, I think. Like we saw the Haven, you switched up your setup after the first gun round where they're playing a bit slower based on the tracker performance thing that we saw. We were switching up our setups here. We saw you fighting off of it on binds. We were fighting off of it on Haven front B for the one round we looked at. And minimap awareness, we're looking at it more. I might add, if you wanted to increase difficulty slightly for the minimap, because I did reference a lot of times just now, looking at minimap, that's caps lock, looking at minimap after gunshots / noise to see question marks could be useful. And then I'll add drone util and trees, like teammates running out. Like all of this stuff is useful, but just adding, like obviously after each kill is good. Just adding this onto it can be good as well. I would say the most common one is to really make sure you get down is like looking at minimap when your teammates use some type of drone info, like Teo drone, Sova drone, Skydog, Yoru, like you mentioned. This is probably one of the biggest ones, followed by if your teammate is in front of you, check minimap, and then just looking at minimap after hearing gunshots or something. This is the hardest one. Like if I were to put the hardest, I would somehow drag this down. I forget the buttons. Shift, Alt, there you go. Yeah. In terms of difficulty, it's probably something like this. Maybe even for the sake of this is probably better. You can't minimap after each kill. Drone util, teammates running out. I'll get rid of this too. Yeah. Okay. Now we have to figure out where to go from here. Because we are making progress on these things, but we could continue to make progress on these things. What do you think? Do you feel like you would want to spend potentially another week on 1, 2, and 3 and not really switching our focus point, just trying to refine it? Or would you want to try and have a different focus point to keep things fresh?
Well, I think this new found minimap knowledge from today might help me with like the positioning as well, which is something that I was struggling with last week, and still struggling with this week. But so maybe that should just be, because honestly, my main focus, like even though it was number 2, it was bolded, so like that became my main focus, was trying to find the adaptation. So maybe minimap can be
The main one.
bolded focus for this week.
Heard we can move some of the stuff around. Let's see here. Why is that numbered like that?
I think if you just type 1, it'll reset itself, like 1 dot. Maybe not. Or you have to like you have to right click it, and then there's an option to restart the numbering system. Right click the 4.
Wow. You know your stuff.
I literally just had to do this for a work document. So
That's
glad
impressive.
that can come in useful.
That is impressive. Okay, so let's see. We move this up. We unbold this. We bold this. Did you try the caps lock thing, by the way? It's not normal for me, but
No,
no,
it's not intuitive for me at all. In game, I was not thinking about it.
I gotcha. The only player I've seen do it is Note, so I don't blame you. How about we hold this instead? We kind of have this. Could we move this at the bottom, you think?
Yeah, maybe. I only sent you for 2 maps. We did. I did this
Sunset.
on stream with chat, and I was like, wait. I think for the other maps, like ours right now, are can kind of be implemented as a site anchor. So I don't know. Maybe you disagree with that.
Kind of. I could definitely see, because like that Haven one, we have the turret on top of B, so you can swing off the turret.
Mhm.
And then on Ascent, you can obviously fight B main with that turret. So those both do apply. If you were to try and be more like site bunker, like when I think of like site holds, I think of like I'm kind of hiding AFK and then I'm picking off my util from here as an example. Maybe that would be like this instead. Like if you want to do like a C setup that would kind of follow this theory, you might start the round like back here, and then if the turret shoots, you would peek. Maybe this position would be better. Turret shoots long, you would peek on the right side, and if the alarm bot peeks, you would peek on the left side. Theoretically. So you could try different setups like that, but I mean, it is true the setup that we kind of had already. Like you could just peek off this turret. It does apply still. So, you know what's a really good one actually? Someone in the dojo showed this from Frog, one of the mortal players in the dojo, and basically he had a turret here, and he was sitting in this corner, and then when this turret shot, he peeked off of it. If we can find the clip, you'll know what I'm talking about. Damn, I wish a muck was in the chat. Let me see if we can find it though. While I am clip searching, do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
I don't think so. But I will point out to you, because we talked about this a little off, but like this would be an example of something that you could take into a short, put into a YouTube short or Instagram reel or TikTok.
That is
Try and
valid.
and stuff like that.
That is valid. I need to get better on content creation in that sense. Like streamlining it. Oh man. Finding clips is a bit hard. Let's see. Let's see here. Might have to find this off stream and send it to you, but it could be good for the video too. How's video from? Okay. Let me just scroll for a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, here's one. This is from the other POV, I think. Is this showing? So. So this is from the attacker's POV.
I can't smoke anything for you.
Right here. Right here. Right here.
Turret shoots. Boom. And he swings. So you could do something like that in Garage if you want a turret like that. There was another clip that he sent from the POV. Like they had the tournament POV. You know, it's kind of sick. But that's the basic idea. Hopefully I'm gonna keep scrolling for this, but you could do something like that for Haven Garage if you wanted to.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that would scare the other team so bad they would not ever come back.
Yeah.
To Garage.
Oh, here it is. I think. Wait, is this it? Oh no, this might be a different round. You can kind of see it in a different scenario. Whoops, skipping back is kind of messed up. But turret here, playing anti-flash. It's good as well as a sentinel player to play anti-flash because you don't have to hold the angle because your util will get the info for you. Turret shoots, swings, tucks. Turret still shooting, swings. You know, it just lets you know when they're in.
Yeah. What do you mean by playing anti-flash? Like avoiding it?
Correct. So, you know how that Yoru, when you were coming up B long, flashed off here and you got blinded? Sometimes some ways to play anti-flash is just going like this, and then when you hear the flash pop, then you peek out after.
Oh, I have to anticipate the flashes.
You have to anticipate the flash, yeah. Other people will run up like this, just back turned. But as a defender, yeah, it's a little goofy, but as a defender, if you're holding this angle and they flash, you're going to be blind, but you can play anti-flash because your turret is here or your align bot is here. You can just dodge any flash, and then when it pops, you still don't even have to peek because you could wait until your alarm bot goes and then you can peek. So as a sentinel player, it's pretty rare to get blinded because you kind of should be anti-flash most of the time, like looking into a wall or something. But if you're playing against Omen, you're going to be blind. So yeah. Oh yeah, he has 2 here. Does this load? Oh yeah. This was the original clip I remembered. Shout out Cadence, he's the one that posted it. Okay, you see how he's in the corner. This is kind of like what we just saw, but like from his POV. Turret shot off the alarm bot or the clone. Boop boop. So he peeked. Then he's just hunting fights now. But like obviously he hit some insane shots and then he overheats. But yeah, info trap setups like what Riploms is pointing out in the chat is very good. Just as a concept, I did want to introduce playing info setups, like specifically contact setups. You can do this with Senti util or whatever. You can do it off your teammates. It's very good. But like, you have this turret here. This turret gets long info. So if I'm another agent, like let's just say I'm Yoru.
30 seconds left.
Really quickly.
That wasn't
Pretend like that turret's still there. Turret has this line. I could flash off of that turret. So turret shoots, I flash, boom, you get the kill. Or I guess you could even just peek off of it. But that's not isolated to your util. Like this is true for your teammates as well. Like, if you have a teammate holding this, as a defender, it would be very important for you to recognize that your teammate has this line for you so you can play off of it. That is like a really important piece of establishing like contact setups with your teammates. And part of that is like minimap awareness as well. But as a sentinel, you can kind of do it alone. But the skill that we're developing as a sentinel, doing off of your util, would also apply to your teammates, is kind of the point. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I don't think I have much to add then. We went on a couple tangents there, but the core of it definitely seemed like the theme of today was continuing to refine the minimap awareness using potentially some of these things here.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Heard. Then maybe I'll put as like a goal. The goal would be to try and re-aim off of the info you get from minimap positioning and minimap enemy locations. Yeah. Something like that. Okay.
Solid.
Straightforward enough potentially, but also not. It does get pretty complex, but that is the idea. Do you have any question, comments, concerns?
I don't think so.
No? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're good then. I guess next week we'll take a look at minimap awareness again to see where we're at. Keeping in mind that it is a high level skill, like it's not going to be something that I expect to be perfect. Even if you look at that Zekin VOD we sent earlier, or looked at earlier, he probably will have moments where he didn't get the info that he could have had because he was in the middle of a gun duel or he's about to swing. Like you can't have 100% uptime on minimap.
Yeah.
It's just unrealistic. So Yeah, maybe a good number to aim for is like 80%. If you can get 80% of the info on the minimap, you're probably looking really pretty. But that is still a pretty high number. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
Well, good luck on the games. Or feel free to send over some more setup pictures if you'd like, just to, like, maybe you tried one and didn't really work and you're like trying to understand why. You can send that over and we can try and talk about it. Or if you have like a clip, like a round, you can send over the round. We can talk about that too, just to refine that. Definitely feel free to do so. But yeah, other than that, prioritize the minimap awareness. Still don't focus too much on the mechanics. Like if you have a whiff, it is what it is. Like we aren't focused on it for this week. So if it happens, it happens. But definitely try and reflect after each round. Did I look at the minimap? If I did I preem it well off of the minimap? Like those type of things. Just reflect more on the minimap piece.
I might just put it on a sticky note, just put it on my monitor, and like check the minimap.
Like the minimap, yeah. It's a tough habit to get into, but once you have it, it's like riding a bike. You just keep doing it. It's like subconscious. So
Yeah. What do you think about what I said earlier about it? Like, maybe it has to do with that mental stack stuff that we talked about previously. Like, when I'm still trying to feel comfortable in a map, like, I'm just not looking at the mini map at all. But for maps that I am more comfortable on, it's easier. How? Because I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I can try to play more death matches and just like hope that I get into the right, like, into the map that I want to try to feel more comfortable in. What's your recommendation for that?
I would say death matches is probably not the approach I would go for. I don't think you can isolate it very well outside of the game, but when you're in the game, instead of trying to play a lot of different positions on the map, like for example, if you're on attack, you might actually just go in the same area of the map a ton so you get more comfortable in that area and master, in air quotes, that area so you can feel more comfortable looking at the minimap once you kind of get it down. Because one of the problems when playing a new map is you feel, well, I do. I feel the need to explore everything. So like, let's say like I went A one round and then I go B the other round, like that's a new engagement. And then like my mental stack is thinking about how to play this new area rather than if I went A again, I kind of already knew what I did last round, so I can just do that again and I can kind of free up my mental stack for awareness. So I'm taking this concept from when I played CS. In CS, you kind of have like, if you're the B player, you kind of just play B the entire game. If you're on defense, you don't really switch from B to A. I would master how to play B on a map before learning how to play B rotator and then window player and then so on and so forth. So basically, maybe you do the opposite of this. You don't adapt at all on the new map. You just play your one spot and try to feel really comfortable on your spot. And then that could free you to look at minimap during the other rounds.
Okay, that might make sense because I am thinking specifically of Corrode. I've only like had 2 matches in Corrode this week, and I felt so uncomfortable on both. I was like, I don't know where I am or what I'm supposed to do. I did try to learn some lineups for it. We did talk about that a couple weeks ago, and I think that helped me at least like figure out, okay, at least I'm comfortable on B. I know what to do on B.
Right.
For example,
like anti-flood mollies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's good. Yeah. Maybe try that out. Maybe it'll help out some. And then the other point, obviously, is just getting more reps in, which you can't really force because.
Yeah. And people dodge that map all the time. So even if I do get queued in, like there's a 50% chance I don't actually get in.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you did well in your most recent Crow, 29 and 17. So.
Yeah, that was really lucky. I don't know what happened that game.
Well, you got to take credit.
Because the last Corrode game that I did really bad.
Well, maybe you learned. You played this game and then you learned, you went in this game and you shit on them.
True.
We'll take that thought process. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I guess we'll end here and then resume next week. But good luck on the minimap awareness. And like I said, just hit me up if you need me or want to dissect the round or anything like that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course, likewise, and good luck. See ya.
Thanks.
Peace,
Bye.
peace. All right, chat. We're ending the stream. It looks like my Twitch stream crashed in the middle of that or something. I don't know what happened there, but I'm dipping out of here, guys. I don't know what happened to the Twitch stream, but I think Path continues the stream after this, so I'm gonna send you guys over there. But yeah, no stream tomorrow. No Pixel coaching tomorrow. We got. This is later in the day. No, it'll be on Wednesday if anything, but no Pixel coaching tomorrow. Schedule stuff. But anyways, you guys take care. And I will see you guys hopefully on Wednesday for Pixel coaching. Otherwise, next Monday. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.